Have you ever had to peel off your child off your leg and you yourself walk away from the daycare fighting your own tears? First of all, you are not alone. I have been there as a parent and also as an educator who have taught young children under 4 for over 20 years. And I have seen it all. I have seen children take off from the room and actually off the door to go home because they don't want to be in a place. Let's talk. My name is Margaret Jeroge, childhood trainer, educator, and coach. Welcome back to the channel, and let's talk about one of those emotional part of parenting, which is drop-off transition at the daycare door. The good news is it doesn't have to be stressful and it doesn't have to be tearful. With few strategies, you can be able to have a happy momentum on this part of the child's journey of life to create resilience, the confidence, and the momentum to be able to go to school or to daycare and have fun. One of the things that you can do is be consistent at drop-off, and I understand it is not every work schedule which will support this, but I will tell you daycares work like clockwork. They operate on a routine rhythm. Breakfast 7 o'clock or 7:45 or whatever time, and children understand time in terms of events. So when you drop off consistently during the breakfast time, the child will expect to have breakfast when they drop off. So if you drop off at 7 and then the following day you drop off at 9 when they are going out, the child will come expecting breakfast, and that sets them off completely. If your schedule does not allow, arm yourself with a classroom visual schedule so that you can tell your child what to expect when you drop off, not the normal times that they are used to being dropping off. Definitely we have doctor's appointments, right? When you drop off that child at 10 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock is when they are having center time, help your child understand that it will be center time by the time they get to school. This helps them gain the confidence to know what to expect, and it makes it way much easier when the child is able to master that routine and have that sense of stability in their classroom. The second tip is write a note to the teacher. This is so simple but so powerful. When you write to the teacher, you let them know what happened with the child and then be able to better support your child that particular day. That note can include whether the child ate breakfast, whether the child slept well, whether there are changes at family. They don't need to know the details of what is going on, but changes like you're traveling, or maybe grandparents are visiting, or you have guests, or you had parties, or all those little things they set the children off from the routine. And when the teacher knows, they will be able to better support your child on those major changes. It helps you also, you emotional parent like me, to be able to know that you communicate everything your child's teacher to know of the changes that are happening at home so that your child can be able to better be helped. This is one of those tips that strengthens the parent-teacher relationship so that you can know that you're in it together, because between you and the teacher is your child. Both of you have the same interest with your child. You want your child to do better in the classroom and flourish. The third tip is get your child engaged before you leave. This is a game changer. If you have a moment or two, help your child settle. Choose that toy, choose that center, and settle before you leave. I've experienced those children who have been helped by their parents to have a soft landing, have a smooth transition. And part of it is because they have that soft landing of the parents settling them down. That creates that connection of the transition from home to school. It also helps you. That's a secret. That's, sometimes it is not on the child. It also helps you to know that you left your child curious, engaged, and also content, and you walk out that door knowing that your child is okay. Have a good start. Part of it, because you're not only dropping them off, you are helping them settle in the classroom. The fourth one is hugs, kisses, goodbye. Make it short, make it quick. I know this is one of the most tempting to the parents. You see your child is distracted and you see them settled, or you have settled them, right? And then you sneak out. You think, oh, I'm not gonna say goodbye because I don't want to create a meltdown. Oh, here is the truth. Sneaking out makes it worse. In fact, it creates anxiety. It breaks the trust. When the child realizes that the parent have disappeared without a goodbye, this is my experience. The child is looking on their shoulder the whole day, wondering when you'll be coming back, because now they're not sure. What happens is that you do not prevent meltdown, you break trust. They do not know now what to trust, they don't know when to come back. I will give you an analogy. Just imagine this. Your best friend drops you at the airport and they sneak out when you're checking in. No hugs, no goodbyes. What would you feel? Awful, right? Yeah, you'll be so frantic looking for that phone to look at where they're going. You're wondering whether they go to the bathroom or did they see something or why did they do that? Can you imagine that is what the child feels? They are looking off their shoulders the whole day, wondering what happened to their mommy or to their dad. And it is so important. In fact, my experience has been they cry the whole day, wondering what happened. Remember, you are helping your child to transition easily. And one of those ways to help the child transition easily is to build trust, to help the child trust the adults in their lives and also trust the process. And this is one of the processes. So next time, when you're so tempted not to say goodbye and to sneak because you don't want to see a meltdown, say goodbye. Let the child cry because you're building trust. You say goodbye today, you say goodbye tomorrow. It will be way much easier next day. And this is the key. It is because the child feels also that place is so dangerous that you have to sneak out. In fact, it tells them they're not safe in that space, that it is so dangerous that you yourself had to sneak out. So it is so important that when you're leaving, say goodbyes. Now, there is another one which the parents do, and I know it is so hard, it is so tempting. When you drop off and you say your sweet goodbyes, go. I know it is hard. I was that parent who would drop off and then come back, sneak at the window, sneak at the door, and it makes it harder for the child. So when you drop off, go. Go. Don't stand by the door. Don't come back. Don't stand outside. Don't linger. Just go, because you're sending a message to the child. They know, oh, if I cry a little bit more, mommy will stay. And that is the wrong message. And I know that is not the message you want to send to the child. So it is important. If you're a nervous parent, like the way I was, just have the teacher send you a quick message on the update. I will tell you the truth. Most of the time when the children are crying, they just cry a moment, because they were feeding off your emotions. They were really feeding off what you're worrying about, your anxiety, your second guessing. That is what they were feeding. And as soon as you leave, most of the children will cry 1 or 2 minutes and they're done. When you're calm, they interpret that to be safe. It is so emotional to drop off your child at the daycare, but you want your child to be safe, you want your child to have fun, and you want your child to be content into that new place that you are taking them. So helping them to be acquainted in that place by making sure that there is a routine and making sure that you're connecting with the teacher will make it way much easier for your child to transition. Try these tips and know that this is a part of your child's journey in learning and growing. If this helps, share with a parent who have struggled with this, like and also subscribe. I hope to see you in the next video.